I thank you kindly. But if it's okay with you, I'd love to live past 90.
Oh, very good.
You're in the wrong profession.
Run out of money.
You ought to be
You're gonna have to reload there.
Maybe we should have given you the I'm talking about
Ooh,
funny times.
Yeah.
I remember with my big brother. And
Not the times you used to
one
beat
of
you
the
up.
times I remember in particular, he was Grammy Sheehan's house had 3 bedrooms on one side, the long hallway, and 2 bedrooms on the other side, and those were the guest rooms. And nobody ever really went in those guest rooms, because we all lived on this side. And one day, I see your father coming out of the guest room, and there was a very pretty bathroom, and it was all lavender. And he's coming out and he's soaking wet, and he's got a towel around. And because nobody ever went in there, nobody ever used that bathroom. Oh, so I said, "What are you doing in there?" "Oh," he said, "I just went for a swim." I said, "What?" "I just went for a swim." I said, "What do you mean you went for a swim?" He said, "Oh, you haven't been down to the pool?" I said, "What pool?" He says, "Well, you have to go in the closet." And he says, "You have to pull the 3rd hanger."
Oh,
When you pull the hanger, the wall opens up, and there's a staircase. And you go down the staircase, and there's a swimming pool. "You mean you haven't been down there yet?" I said, "No." So he takes off, and he goes into Grampy Sheehan's room, and he gets all dressed up, and he takes off and goes wherever he's going to go. And I'm in the closet, pulling all these hangers, trying to get the door to open so I could go down for a swim.
How old were you, Dad?
Do you remember doing
Quite
that?
how were you? Then you know.
Dad, do you remember doing that?
I must have been 5 or 6.
Well,
He was about 15.
all right, let's hear about the dirtiest trick he ever did.
Monkey.
You gotta think about it.
Oh, that story.
He sent me the monkey to Florida.
That's funny.
Oh, that was awful.
That's-
I went out shopping and I came home and there's this crate on the cocktail table in the living room. And Pammy's just a toddler.
You told me
And
that.
I walked in and I'm thinking, oh my God, what is that? It's a
It's
monkey.
got air holes in it,
It
right?
was no, it had little bars where she could have stuck her finger in.
It was a real cave.
And I
It's a real monkey.
Oh my God, what is this? And sure enough, he said a monkey. We couldn't get rid of the damn thing. Nobody wanted it.
But what did you name the monkey to get back at?
Maria.
Ended up at Beardsley.
Maria is still in Beardsley Park.
She is?
Oh, wow.
Dad, didn't you do something with a duck or something like that?
Oh, chicken soup to Curly.
Well, that monkey, you know, I was at the Hollywood airport.
You both got bobbed.
I was recovering from a hangover. And
You?
I was sitting in a chair, and in those days it was a very small newsstand at the airport. It wasn't a big deal like there is now.
Right.
And you walked out on a concourse, and you walked across the tarmac, and they had a ladder, and you climbed up the ladder to get into the airplane. You didn't have the elaborate stuff you have today. So I'm sitting there waiting for my turn, and the newsstand has a sign on it. Just move that away. Well, just move this over here, and then there'll be no boom. And on the counter where the guy was selling the magazines and everything, the sign says, "Ship home alive movie." And I'm looking at it for $35. This was in the 60s. And I thought,
That's expensive.
Mother, yeah, $35. Who the hell could I send a monkey to? And I started laughing like hell. So I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to send that goddamn monkey to my sister.
What's that?
So I
Let's stick Manhattan with the
I
monkey.
paid the $35. And I have filled out the card, and I laughed like hell all the way to the airplane. And I get in the office, and weeks go by. I'm in the office, and this one day I get this phone call.
She's smarter than you are.
And the phone call starts out with, "You son of a bitch.
I love it.
You shipped home this ED monkey and said, my kids are playing with it, and I'm afraid they're going to get bitten." I said, Give him a banana, he loves bananas.
I was gonna chain him out to the chestnut tree in the backyard, but I was afraid his two German shepherds would eat it.
No, absolutely, and babies and everything.
Han called me up, he was all upset.
The monkey's doing this the whole time.
And he says, goddamn,
Play with itself.
not a word goes up and down in the villa.
He's getting upset.
If there's a monkey in the house, right?
Oh, bless you.
And I'm telling
Oh, bless you.
you don't want to let that monkey go. Ask your mother to give you the monkey. You love him. And she's screaming and hollering, stop telling my children that, you know. Now, the big operator, Tom Nolan, comes down. And he comes into the house. Tom Nolan says, oh, he says, that's nice, you got a monkey. He says, gee, he says, I'd like to have that. So Dave says to him, he says, you want this monkey? Tom says, yeah. He says, I'll take that monkey. Dave says, well, he says, there's just one thing I have to tell you. If you take that monkey out of this room, he's yours. You never can bring him back.
That's smart.
He's your monkey. So Tom says, no problem. So he takes the monkey home, and he's got the monkey in his house. And Rosemary comes in and says, what the hell is that? He says, it's a monkey. It's a monkey. He says, I'm going to train him.
Something for the kids to play with.
You know, you've seen him where they have the box and the music. He says, I'm going to train this monkey. He says, well, like hell you are. So she says, you got to get that monkey out of the house. She says, it's either me or the monkey. So now a cop comes up. And the cop is looking, he says, oh yeah, monkey. He says, I had pets home. He says, that's a nice pet. Let's go to work on it. He says, would you like to have a monkey? He says, I got a deal for you if you want a monkey. He says, got papers now. All the way from Florida. He says, real first class animal. Well, the guy says, yeah. He says, I'll take it. So he puts it in the car and he takes off. Well, about 12 o'clock that night, or quarter after 12, something in my neighborhood, the guy comes back. He's got the monkey in the car. And he says to Tom, he says, my wife won't let me keep the monkey. He says, you got to take him back.
Women don't like monkeys, apparently.
So Tom tries to get him out. No, you can't get back to me. I don't want him. Anyway, he ended up with that monkey.
Tom did?
Then the next day, they went down to Easley Park.
We called every place, nobody wanted it.
Well, the trouble was, you can't put a monkey into a public deal unless he has proper paper.
Vaccine and all that.
They didn't have all
Health
the
records.
reports as to how good he was, you know.
Sorry, my arms are getting tired.
Disease.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, he still had the girlfriend and he was on the
Say
road.
something, Miles.
Hey, Marlene, do you know you have a big stain on your dress?
April.
No, I see it right there.
Cool, yeah.
Big red glass.
Janella. We love you, Marlene. You know
Well,
that.
actually, she looks very nice tonight. She's not all dolled up like King Tut.